Honestly, let's just do this. Would you kindly swap to a scene? This one over here. Good. Right, because I was puzzling around with the setup right now, so it was like, huh. You know, we're about to hit the time that I actually configured the stream for, so I might as well just actually just start it. You know. I wonder how much viewing. That's an interesting question. I don't think quite has an answer for. Let's just drive a bit and see what we get as numbers of the car. They're doing 8. They're doing 8 minutes 12 though in GT3. Like, Christ, what is wrong with people? There's a good reason why I'm driving GT4, because it's a lot more relaxing. I don't have to deal with people who have nothing better to do than all day grinding lap times in GT3. And it's like, so far it's very smooth on the application of throttle. Okay, and then I immediately lock up into this corner. I mean, it's been a while since I last drove this car. The perspective is I'm struggling right now with, because I'm actually struggling to see underneath the steering wheel the rev lights properly. Like, if I'm looking upwards, I don't even see the rev lights anymore. It's really annoying right now. No clue. Like, it clearly at some point worked. Let's be real, but like right now it's not wanting to work. Seeing GD3s around? I don't think so. See 2 left streams at once. Those are rookie numbers in this racket. It would welcome. I am doing okay. Just a bit sleepy. Because I procrastinated going to bed, so I ended up having like half an hour sleep or so. Well, it matters too much. I mean, it's just. I mean, it does matter if we're doing Nordschleife after all, but like. Don't die. That's probably the most important part, is do not crash the car. Not because your teammate will get mad, but because you will beat yourself up for the entire remainder of your life, likely for it. There's really not much about the event itself. It's really important that, obviously, the person who's set as the lead driver joins the server first and has pressed drive before the other one joins. If anyone disconnects, that this driver reconnects first after everybody else has left the server, then takes the car again. So those are important things. Yeah, in case anyone suffers a disconnect, the lead driver has to do the rejoin first, and then the others can rejoin after that. Obviously, if someone else is right now driving, you know, leave and rejoin the server at will. That won't break the entry. Obviously, I need a functioning pin menu. That's basic. At that point, expected. Fuck, come on! Still valid! It went from locking the left front to locking the right front. Fucking hilarious. Honestly, this thing doesn't drive too badly. I mean, it's probably terribly slow while doing it, but like, hey, it's something. Brakes. Fuck off. Oh. Some stupid bump down there just completely sent the car for no reason. That's fun to find out that there's just weird bombs on the circuit that will just destabilize the car completely for no reason. I love that. Problem is what the tire pressures are, because I didn't look at them up until this point. And obviously the car just got ejected sideways, so it's like, can I rely on them? Probably not. Yeah, 27 seconds worth of damage. Maybe I should probably still finish this lap, even with the damage. Just so we have an idea of how the car handles. Where's the GT3 like 1 second behind? Like, I don't even... Like, how did we come from? So how did we actually do a pass here? Good question. I think this is a good section here to overtake, my friend.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Perfect. I didn't notice him like being behind me when I started my lap. I don't know. Weird. Well, I'm actually keeping up somewhat with the McLaren front. Well, that's terrifying for him, probably. It's also really weird because, you know, after all, like, I didn't notice him when I started my lap to be this close. For some reason, I'm actually outcornering him right now. But obviously now he's gonna stretch his legs because this car's a lot faster in the section. Let's see, how is it gonna take the dipper? Yeah, probably wouldn't. Actually, really nicely. Don't need to slow down much for it. Oh god. Just stay in the throttle. Well, your car's basically sending itself towards the barrier there. That's always fun. Oh boy. Ah, it's gonna be fun, the braking zone at the end of the long straight. So my tire pressure is exiting out of the carousel here. 26.2 on the left. The left side tires are probably fine-ish. The right side tires are a bit high. We're gonna lower those. 37 right now on the uphill here. We have a bit of aero damage, so quite telling. But it is able to actually pull up with the short braking zone here. And very nicely indeed. So the tire pressures are now on the lower side. 9 minutes 22. I'm not sure that is fast at all in GT4. That is like badly washed, I think. Like 16s or something. Although actually we did get ejected sideways after all. I did have to unpark my car from all the damage. Yeah, that's probably about 6 seconds or so lies.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
Oh, I invalidated the slab. Yeah, the glorious Maserati. Once again, in deployment. Steering feels a bit aggressive right now. But I don't even have the option to really make it any slower. So, that's done. That's for we don't need to do any further laps. Front row left, I might just plop up the pressures slightly. reduce these here. But then obviously reduce these over here. 05 and I think 07 I will go down on the rear right. Right. I did say the car responds a bit much actually to steering inputs. So let's go maximum slowness on the steering rack. We will soften the front suspension back up again. Yeah, I mean we're running 4.4 on the brake ducts, which is it's not only 24 degrees, so it's like it's not a great of a choice. I really want to run more, but like also the tires were doing okay-ish, I think, on the temperatures. We're running like maximum rear wing on the car, which obviously is something, as it usually is the meta today. So, like it wasn't that the car was oversteering, understeering or oversteering at all. It was just working fine with that setting. It had a bit of oversteer, but that was more on the slower speed sections. But yeah, you have fucking aliens here with like 212, 7. You have another 2 aliens with like, what would that be? Let's just check. I mean, we have to anyway wait here for the GT3s to leave. 16.5, 16.7. Yeah, I think I could do a 16.5. Yeah, I think that's possible. That should be possible. And then there's like 24s, 28s, 29s. Like, oh god. Like, you guys aren't particularly fast. Like, that's not particularly great. Like, 24s is roughly what I think Jordan can beat that, maybe. He can definitely do 28s. You have an 830s, 831s, and I'm like, yeah, I can beat that with a GT2 car. 36s, 37s, 9 minutes 01. Yeah, you're starting to come close to me then at that point. Right. We do have to wait a moment here for the GT3s to actually leave and stop their laps. Because I would like to drive out, it's just I have to wait for the GT3s to start their move. Although honestly, I could just wait for them to have completed the lap on the GP circuit, then also like completed their outlap on the GP circuit, and then gone by here again. Just wait long enough for them to have done both things, so I can just shortcut straight into my flyer. Someone's already returned back to the pits immediately. There's someone sitting. There's just more people waiting. On the screen, at least I see where everybody is on the map. While I'm in the car, I can't see that. I mean, there's a good chance some people might not be interested in doing our outlap. Right now, we will just, I think, just wait for everybody who is doing an outlap right now to have completed. You've picked a really bad time, you know, Ferrari to drive out, because there's right now people coming down this front stretch, starting the flyer. It's like, bruh, it's not that many people right now. It's not that difficult to figure out how to not get in their way on an outlap. And the game in general is a bit confused of what is actually on a valid lap and what isn't. It's really difficult to discern on these dots. I know the Bentley isn't. Why does he have his windshield wiper on? What is wrong with this guy? Oh yeah, and he has the indicators on as well. He has like everything on. This thing is on like an entire circus on wheels. But yeah, he's gonna obviously take the shortcut at that point. Not take the shortcut, I'm sorry. He's gonna actually start a lap at that point. Right, as everybody else has decided to actually, start their flyers at this point.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
Oh yeah, finally you guys actually decide to, do your fucking qualifying laps. But I mean, we had also like probably over 19 now sign-ups for GT3, and there's like 13 that actually turned up. What just goes on with people that like sign up for something and then just don't turn up for even the first round of it, let alone any of the rounds and afterwards. Oh wait, there's a GT3 behind me, about 9 seconds. Let's see if they will follow me onto the Nordschleife. Nope, he seems to have just continuing on. Either to avoid me or just to... Got another moment and a half. Yeah, next car is 60 seconds behind. That should be enough to not have to encounter the GT3 for the entire lap. Count bottoms out pretty badly at the bottom of the hill there. Maybe I should have run more right head on this to allow it to handle those bumps. Right, so tires are still getting pretty high pressure here. Fucking hell. Not bottoming out there is really annoying. I'm not sure if just increasing the right will fix that. Right, if I would drive this for more than once with this car. Yeah, I think this is also like one of the first times where I've genuinely been the only one who showed up in one class of a car. Because usually leagues will just, you know, dissolve the class a few days before the season starts if there's like only 2 cars or so in it. And if there's like 4 cars in a class, then usually you end up with at least 2 of them turning up for most of the races. I mean, even during the 24 hours of Nürburgring back in November, I think it was November with SOP, we had 2 GT4 cars on the grid. Even though obviously the sign-ups had like 10 or so in them. That one is still strange to me. It's just the class just completely imploded all of a sudden on race day. I mean, in general, like we were like, I think like 8th or so on the. Oh come on, for fuck's sakes! On the waiting list, like 2 weeks before the event, and then we got actually onto the grid like a week later. Like the event was fully booked for so long, and it's just like there were so many people who just didn't actually turn their sign-ups into an extra entry. It's surreal. Yeah, I think I need to jump the right height up. This is just a bit much bottoming out. I'm not even sure it's gonna fix the problem. The car clearly is struggling at times with just hitting the ground. Yeah, you can just hear it scrape constantly. Alright, long straightaway ahead. .240, 245. Yeah, it's a lot faster than when I had damage. Although, whoa, how it's starting to go down. 247. It's stabilizing now again. Yeah, 10k I was down with all the damage. It's quite severe. I mean, it was 27 seconds, so I guess that explains that. Well, they give you a full 9 minutes there. If I had driven out a bit earlier, we could have done 2 laps. Oh, not quite, actually. Yeah, 9 minutes 06 for an actually functional lap. No, I don't get my averages. Precious. Hi, coolers. No, man, I'm so cool. Right, we were burning about 11.6 liters a lap. I think that was the number that I produced last lap. There's a GT3 car that's barely 7 seconds faster than me. And I'm a whopping 57. Wait a minute. I'm 57 seconds off. They must have gone sub at 8 minutes 10, haven't they? Well, I can't read that message fully because it's all covered up by the stupid icon again. Let's go into the pits. I will raise the right height a bit. The car was bottoming out pretty badly in some spots in the circuit. Yeah, we're heading into the pits anyway because we are at the end of qualifying. Had low beams on the entire qualifying. That's interesting. Where's my pit box? Did I just miss it? Yeah, I think missed my pit box because I think mine is the first one in the pit lane of everyone's. Doesn't matter too much with. Yeah, someone did an 8:09, and he's on another lap so far. How to wrap that one up. And yeah, he's driving with windscreen wipers on. There is me. Literally. Let me double check. I don't think anyone has signed up since I last checked. I mean, nobody's here, so like, you know. I can tell no one's actually signed up. Yep, so there's 19 GT3 cars. And 1 GT4. Well, obviously, as you can see, there aren't 19 GT3 cars in the survey. Yeah, there's 14. But at least GT4 has 100% attendance rate. Is it still open? Well, I mean, the server started, so like for today it doesn't work anymore. There can be more signups, I think, throughout the season. You can still sign up as far as I know. Don't see a reason why you wouldn't be able to do that. It's a bit hard to tell, obviously, because I have signed up, so. Yeah, I assume probably people can sign up, but you know, considering no one has been willing to sign up for GT4 in basically anything I do. This includes the entire studio championship, where last round we were down to, well, 3 technical GT4 cars. We started the race really with 2 that were running for the entire race. Yeah, out of 6 signups, so that's quite sucks, and there's like so many more GT3s. First race ever. Yeah, I mean, although you have to probably still finish the race, you know. But man, those lap times, fucking hell. It's like, you have this like clear separation between aliens, pretty quick very quick drivers. I mean, I don't think I can do fucking 14s, let's be real. I have no idea if I could even get close to that. 16s, sure. 14s, nah. And then you have the rest of the, I mean, you don't see the lap times anymore at this point. But you have then, like, people with 820s, and I was like, yeah, I guess that's, like, average. But it's, like, race pace, not quality. And that goes down to, like, 8th position. It's like 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and then you have, like, 9. You're, like, qualifying at positions 9, 10... 9:10 at like 8 minutes 30 is like, oh, I'm starting to threaten with a GT2 car, and then 8:35 at like, I'm actually faster with a GT2, and then 8 minutes 59 is like, I'm nearly faster with a GT4, and then it's me with a 9 minutes 069 with a GT4 car. Actually about as fast as them. And then there's 3 guys that didn't put whole time yet, so they're extra fun. Temperatures about the same, but we'll just apply pressures. Gonna need to take fuel. There's 2 mandatory fuel stops. I don't know. I'm gonna not need much, I'm pretty sure, for the entire race. Why are you on the SimGrid drivers list? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean with that. Oh yeah, right, we wanted to raise the suspension a bit. Let's go 0.3 up on both ends. Ah, fuck it, 0.4. Runs better, I guess. Like the website. Why are you not on their SimGrid driver list? Well, that's weird. I am. My name is definitely there on the sign up. Or are you looking at the wrong championship? This is. Oh wait. Oh wait a minute. I think I didn't update the link. Oh, I think I'm still pointing to the wrong thing on the thing. I need to press drive in a moment. Hold on.
20 seconds.
Drive. Start engine. We have fuel in the car at least already. Oh no, we do link to PanAm as the league, right? So that's correct. Obviously, I am in the PanAm Nordschleife series, so I should appear in there. And I should appear on the followers list, but like that's obviously so many pages that finding me is like a fucking nightmare. You broke the rating system, what do you mean? And there, I found you broke the rating system. What do you mean with broke the rating system? I'm 3,300 intermediate. I'm unfortunately not semi-pro, and I've moved further away from semi-pro due to me running with Jordans. Me one driver. Yeah, that's not just it's not surprising considering it's only me. So it's obviously it averages the rating, so it isn't surprising. But that it happens that the GT4 have higher grid rating, that's actually usual. That's completely normal, which is fuck, I'm speeding.
Green line, go, go, go.
And there's a bunch of GT3s coming up.
Clear on the right.
And we're about to be lost.
Clear on the right.
Not quite. The last McLaren has decided to not pass me yet.
Clear on the left.
But yeah, the GT4 grid regularly ends up. If you look at the pseudo championship, I'm pretty sure the GT4 grid is also there, stronger than the GT3 grid. And there, I'm not the only driver there, but like one of 6. Or I think 5 now. Someone, I think, got kicked or something.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Yeah. It's really GT4s do not get appreciated as they should be. And it's like, it kind of sucks. So one driver championship. Yeah, currently. The thing was, like, I signed up, I think, on Thursday or Friday for this thing here. I think it was Friday when I signed up for this. Friday morning. Or was it Thursday? I think it was actually Thursday. Don't remember anymore when I actually signed up for this one. At that point there were 13 GT3 signed up. And I was like, yeah, they haven't closed GT4 yet. So, you know, I'm just gonna sign up for GT4 and they probably will tell me that they're gonna close the class down and that they will move me to GT3 at what car I want. You know, but they didn't do that. They just left me there in GT4 as the only GT4 driver. Probably with the motto of like, well, if anyone is stupid enough to sign up for GT4 and ACC anyway, they're like, and especially on a zero driver grid, then it's like, yeah, he probably wants to do this. So that's just them. I did see one GT4 only championship recently that had like actually a grid size. Signed for this championship. Just to get PC, I'm stupid. Yeah, it was a bit more unstable at Schwedenkreuz than usual. I didn't pay attention to how bad the car bottomed out at Fuchsröhre, because that was actually previously also a bit of an issue spot. You know, nothing too badly. Metzger's field here is a bit tricky. especially getting the car slowed down for this corner here. That's usually not the biggest problem with a GT3 car, but the Maserati takes time. Piff Puff was a nightmare. In practice I crashed here because of the bump that's beforehand here. Car still bottoms out there. Have to be careful with it. Yeah, I don't know how many times it'll actually get lapped in this race. Obviously the fast guy, they will likely lap down to like 14s, 13s, 12 laps in race pace. Which still leaves them like good 50 odd seconds faster than me per lap. And you guess where you fell asleep this time? On the couch, was it again? I'm gonna go over likely be here tonight to perhaps not finish last beat one of the GT3s. For that I need to not crash. That's the only requirement for that. Which this car is not going to make it particularly easy to achieve that.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out.
There's issues in the carousel. I think someone might have looped it on the exit.
Slow car ahead. Yellow flag, be careful there.
Not seeing the car yet on the relative.
There's a slow car ahead.
There's a white flag, that means we're actually getting closer to it. Just Maserati thing suddenly exits the corner 45 degrees sideways. I think we found the car that is causing issues. It's a Porsche. But yeah, we can change car every round of the championship. Or everyone can do that, so that's kind of neat. Makes it actually somewhat interesting, considering it's, you know, 6 rounds of just Nordschleife. There isn't really that much interesting stuff. Well, Porsche has immediately passed the Ferrari again. And was sort of like gaining on them. But I've noticed this like earlier in practice. I was gaining on one of the McLaren drivers for the section between Hohe Acht and Ice Kurve. You can actually run GT3s down. That is if you... Oh, fuck. It took for me a second to realize that that isn't like a marker board or anything, but that's a GT3 standing sideways in front of me. I didn't realize I was approaching a 3-car pile up there. So it's 330. Why are you driving? There's something inside you. It's hard to explain. Guinea pig babies are so cute. Did we have immediately some retirements out of that accident? I think we actually did. I think we're down to 14 cars now. We were, I think, prior to that accident, 16. So 2 guys must have retired out of the accident immediately. It's a 90-minute race and you retire within the first lap. I mean, a lap is nearly 9 minutes, but like still. Okay, there's a few people pitting at the end of the first lap here. Now you do need to do 2 mandatory fuel stops. Let's say you could judge me. I drove to with ACC divers. 20-minute break between the. Oh yeah, right. You drove in. You drove the. Oh, what's it called? The Nations Cup, and then you drove in VTRX, aka the Pace Car Simulator. God, that was something. Like, I watched some of it on Asa's stream and it was just painful. Like, was the other outing on an oval? That was on a dirt oval, right? Like, it was a road course rounds and a dirt oval round. Like, how was the dirt oval round if, like, people were just kept spinning on the fucking asphalt oval that much? Only from outside in the rain. Jordan is taking a smoking break without smoking. I see it is. Road, short track oval, dirt oval, and then shrouded oval. How were the other oval rounds? Because I did watch some of the Lime Rock Park, and then I know that obviously of the dirt oval race that Reska won it. We have a Lambro behind us. I'm not for shot game picks quite correctly. Doesn't matter? Nah. I mean, besides that we have a Lambro behind us. I'm not sure if he's just, you know, taking it easy behind me, or if I'm actually pulling away from him. Oh, well, he expected me to slow down a lot, and I obviously didn't, because I only need to slightly lift. Oh, there's so much text, but like I need to pay attention here to the section of track, and also there being a GT3 car right behind me. Who's obviously needing to pass me relatively soon, probably, if he didn't bin it. Hilarious ammo. Fuck. Fucking hell. Stupid dumbass fucking GT3. He did die at least with it. Oh, for fucking sakes. Into a high-speed bend. That's like the last spot to send it. I got away with it. 3 seconds worth of damage. Phew. Oh, that was something. Like, waits for an eternity behind me and then sends it into a fucking corner that is like a high speed. A single gear down in a GT3. It's like, bruh. Like, you waited so long and then you decide to do it there, of all places. Like, he just didn't set this up ever at all. At times when he needed to be close, he just, like, kept too much distance. Well, he is still behind me, 17 seconds. He's still the next GT3 car. Well, another McLaren behind him, 25 seconds. Let's see when he catches up to me. But we will likely see the Lambo back before the end of the lap. We'll have to see. I mean, he might have taken a bit of damage there. The only GT4 on the car. To go well. Yeah. I expected that to go well. I know what you're trying to do there, but like I was playing into it. He only gained up the hill there a second roughly. He's down to 15 seconds, so we will probably not have to deal with him for the end of till the end of this lap. And then hopefully he just decides to hit and gets his damage repaired. Throwing him further down. Well, I'm nearly losing it at the top of 4.8. I mean, this is sort of the guys that were like, I think the Lambo specifically was the guy who qualified like only 7 seconds or so ahead of me in qualifying, which is in itself an achievement to be that slow. At least he still out-qualified me. Not like someone signed up for V-Track who might be actually at risk of being out-qualified by a GT4 car. Seemingly giving him a racing line helps him a bit. Oh, fuck. I mean, it's funny that this car is in some ways actually more stable through that section than the Lexus or Aggressive preset. Because Lexus or Aggressive preset understeers so much you have to run the curves really hard. On the other hand, the Lexus doesn't try to murder you before Plan Skeleton 2, so go figure. Before Sprunghügel. Sprunghügel just trying to utterly murderize you. But the other GT2 car would probably be fighting here for like P4 overall. Right, anyway, I need to get sleep because I'm doing more suffering tomorrow. Good luck, have fun. You know, to get touched by any more GT3 cars. Well, let's see, let's hope. Yeah. We shall see. Okay, that was too much. Oh. Few too many off tracks there. That was like yeeting it a bit off the track there. At the end of the lap. Fuck, I was braking way too late. And straight up, I think it validated lap there. But I'm still not getting any. Actually, I do have a delta. I think my first flyer was probably valid. the outlap was. Or it is just perhaps actually producing delta E irrelevant if I have a outlap or not. I'm understanding it a bit. Well, the Lambro has continued on, so he's coming up to attempt another pass on me again. That's not great. We first have to. Woo! Deal with a McLaren that is sending it from 2 postcodes back. Like, bruh, what the fuck was that? I was utterly not expecting the sudden McLaren GT3 to fly by me. Ah, you really have to deal with like the creme de la crop here with utterly inept GT3 drivers. I haven't seen it that bad in a while. Like it's been genuinely a while that it's been that bad. City Racing has been actually fine with the GT3 traffic. I think the genuine issue of the Lambro driver is that he's so slow that he's losing ground on me in the corners. Like I just drive better than him. Where the car jumps over that crest, oh, and then it doesn't stick for this corner. He's again behind me at the stage. Right now, not making up much ground on him. I'm paying attention to my left side mirror to see if he comes for something. He still lost ground out of that corner. Still not able to pass there, dude. We're gonna actually have acceleration there again? Barely. Come on, please just pass. Oh, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you not passing? This is a massive passing opportunity. A very long one. You don't get another one. Oh, he's too stupid. He's genuinely Qualy. Also German name. It's like, bruh, what is wrong with you? I know you're not fighting for anything either. Like you're so slow. You might have signed up for. Well, honestly, the ST is faster than what you're driving right now. Oh, you can probably pass me now here.
Clear on the left.
And then proceeds to just lose a bunch of time in front of me because he's really slow, obviously, for a section and actually, you know, demands technical prowess and he's done. He's gone. Yeah, that's not fucking surprising. It was so clear that I was overcooking it. Gets pressured into a mistake by a GT4 car. We're hitting new heights here, ladies and gentlemen. We're hitting new heights here. I just want him to pit so he could get out of the cycle on a different cycle. I might just pit to get rid of him if he doesn't. The risk is though that he might also pit with me, so that's something. But I only need a liter of fuel. That would likely be the strat that I'm going for, a couple liters of fuel. So my strat will likely be just take 1 liter to complete the mandatory. Also, he's binned it again. He's lost a lot of ground there, so we might have peace finally from him. But yeah, we've already had a decent chunk of attrition. We're finishing lap 3 here. And there is already like... we're down to... what is it? 12 GT3s at this point. Yeah, 12. And it's probably gonna drop now down to 11 soon. Because Schneider is, well, Schneider is still trying to seemingly to recover the car, but he's lost 30 seconds there. Which suggests that that car has taken a lot of damage. Yeah, that car is really toast at that point. Another GT3 in the pits right now. Probably not past that one. It worked better. The car this time slowed down. Okay, Schneider's towed finally. But we are gonna pass Kelly actually in the pits. Kelly's still in the pit lane here. Yeah, 9 minutes. 9:08 is more like it. Apparently you can get away with quite a lot of cuts here on the inside, I guess. So yeah, we're not last anymore, which is something. Schneider's also a lap down now because he towed, so... so you lose obviously the progress you've done up until that point on the lap. Which is really punishing on the circuit. Like you lose so much progress with towing. And he's probably gonna spend a while towing also. And fixing the car. If he's even gonna continue on like that after that. You're repeatedly humiliated by a GT4 car. Those GT3s around me have done at least one pit stop. Kelly is still stationary in the pit lane, that must have been something. Yeah, he pitted from P6, so that's something. Yeah, most GT3s in front of me have already done one of the pit stops. Oh, Kelly's now finally out, so he's gonna come charging for me. We're approaching the 1 hour remaining mark. Just casually the race lasting till 5 AM. Why did I even try to press the brake mid-corner there? I don't know. I do have to remember that after the stream, I want to save my presets, my graphics presets for custom shader patch and also just ACC in general, so I can import them into my Linux install. A little bit odd because my Linux install is now actually more up to date than the custom shader patch on my Windows AC install. But that shouldn't be too much of a problem to import. Just tweak some settings further than after that. About 80 seconds it's suggesting that I have on Qualy. Qualy is a semi-competent driver that's gonna last me like 2 laps. Something didn't crash as well. Again, because they probably had crashed in the first place. You don't spend that long on the pit lane if you don't crash. That was a sizable repair apparently. I mean, it would be a nice idea to actually get the tire set to the end of the race, so not change tires a single time. Well, we shall see what we do. I mean, this very top 10 is actually something that's possible. I mean, I'm running P10 right now. Despite there being 16 cars at the start of the race, well, we've lost 4. I think it was 16 cars, or was it 15? Don't remember quite. Yeah, I think it was, we were 15. So that's 3 cars. Still a high number. There's another guy actually in the pits already. That's P5. Don't know if you can actually reach the pit lane from how much more ahead of me he is. Without towing. Nah, he wouldn't. He is in front of the leader right now, so that's a tow. That's also a drop of position. We will be up to P9 soon. But yeah, the car handles like the good old days here. Stable, predictable. Just true powerhouse. Obviously I don't have any competition, so I can't measure if I'm actually doing alright on the pace side. Probably not doing that hot. Likely I would need to target sub 9 minutes. That's obviously something this car is, I think, not quite able to do. Fucking hell, how this car destabilizes itself over some of the bursts. It's fun. It's scary. I wouldn't do anything longer than a handful of hours with this thing. And definitely wouldn't put the car into anyone else's hands. I don't think there is really many people who could drive this thing without crashing it out. Right, this has now been passed by that guy as well. Schneider is also still in the... Well, Schneider has quit now, so Schneider's gone now. Motor is back out. That's interesting. Because I would assume he should be scored a lap down because he towed. He seems to not be scored like that. There's just a little bit of weird. That's again a bit hot into turn one. It's going but inside. I'm doing? Oh, I guess I'm fine. I am. How the race is going? Well, we're obviously winning, duh. We're currently not last overall. We have lost so far 4 GT3 cars. I think we've started with 15 cars on the grid in total. And we're down to 11 cars now. Oh yeah, motor has now been correctly scored a lap down. Thanks for racing at 4 AM. On like 20 minutes worth of sleep also. Because I scheduled the stream laid down in bed for like at 2 AM and then woke at my alarm set to 2:30. Like yeah, I literally did the set alarm till in 30 minutes. I still think it was probably a good idea. Get a bit of respite before the race. I'm obviously gonna be utterly just exhausted tomorrow. Now I have an important question for you. What is it? Do you not remember me saying? Look, the thing is, you mentioned in voice chats that someone turned the gender bend concept into an artwork, and I literally said wood at that point. Without having even seen the artwork. Honestly, I would have kind of hoped for like perhaps longer hair in the gender bend. Like, it mainly just added tits, which, you know, I'm not too complaining about, but like, it could have been more than. The RCC, there's not like that much detail coming through. If you know what I mean. Trying to tell me, no, there isn't. It was literally a joke at that point. I'll be very clear, that was a joke at that point. Also, suggestions for the gender bend to be more aggressively bent is like, yeah, because fun. I mean, I literally compared you to an idle EN member before, because, you know, looks interesting. I mean, the similarities are probably just dog and brown hair, and that's about it. And the brain fills in the rest. Flat chest for aerodynamics, of course. I mean, your gender bend version does have some tits. That's clearly visible. Like, that's the main feature of the gender bend. But I guess you go for a low downforce setup usually. Also, there's the entire thing of like I have somewhere a I might have the PDF file still laying around, but I've definitely seen a study well, not really a study. A sort of research paper that is like mainly just a student having a fucking joke with fluid works and deciding to test a flat-chested versus a big-breasted model, specifically using Lukas from Dragon Maid, just with and without tits basically on it, and it came to the conclusion that the large breasts were more aerodynamic, but there was also a massive factor that the hair was actually simulated as a solid and not correctly as hair, which meant that a lot of the drag was generated by the hair. And wasn't quite meaningful in that sense. It's fun. If you say so, Jordan, if you say so. It's mine. What do you mean you're taking my hoodie? Well, yeah, which hoodie? The one I'm wearing right now? No. Mine hoodie.
You're halfway through, not over yet.
I mean, it is a publicly available asset that I used. Yeah, we're a bit tired. So what? We're halfway now in the race. 20 seconds behind is Qualy, so he closed in about 40 seconds this lap. Match the last lap where he was closer to 20 or so. I'm a bit off the pace, but like it's mainly him actually going fast. And taking your hoodie, yes, the one you're wearing, you back you wave.
There's a car named Lichten, watch out.
Oh, it is McLaren again. That's not the first time I'm encountering him. He has done all his pits. No. Wait a minute. He hasn't. He hasn't done a single pit stop. What is he doing? Not a single pit stop counted for him so far. And he's a lap down actually. Let me check. I think we're down to 10 cars now. Yeah, looks like it to me. There's 10 cars now on the grid. Oh god, just McLaren again. You earlier got towed back to the pits, but I don't know what he was the pits in for right now. Last time he dive bombed me really badly into this corner, so whoop. I shouldn't look at the mirror without paying attention. To keep you from misbehaving. Oh boy.
On the left.
What would I do without glasses? Proceeds to be more or less fine. Nah, I would struggle to read stuff on distance. Like even on my monitor, if I don't wear glasses, it's a bit difficult to read. My laptop is sort of doable. With glasses, but like it's also not great. My PC screen's definitely isn't doable. VR without lens inserts is not doable at all. Just way too blurry. And compared to real life, you can't move objects actually closer to you to make them appear less blurry, which is like the really weird thing. VR, because it is a fixed focal length, despite it being 3D. It's a bit of an odd thing. And when you have when you're short-sighted and you're not having lens inserts or glasses on while you're in VR, you would do the usual thing of putting the object closer to your face to be able to see it better, and it's like, well, it's still the same blur. Also, you do need glasses because how the lenses refract the light, it makes the actual distance the light travels to your eyes compared to the actual distance from your eyes to the monitor. Pretty significant. I was about to think he's gonna fucking shove it down the inside there. Point I'm expecting everything from GD3 drivers. Oh yeah.
Car on
Oh no, not the plushies. Oh no, how am I gonna fall asleep without being able to have a takodachi in my arms? But you know, you're trying to punish me right now, but like, why am I misbehaving? It's like, is it because I'm doing stupid stuff and driving GT4s at 4 in the morning as the only GT4 on the track, you know? Stuff that is really stupid. Or is it because, you know, I said wood to you? To gender bend you? Because it's funny. Is it or that? Huh? Man, there's quite a few trees there. Okay, we're getting... This is getting into an after dark stream. But PanAm's not going there. But yeah, I was still puzzling around, you know, you mentioned that you're doing a 24-hour race on the, was it first weekend in June, I think it is? And I'm like, trying to sort of figure out what it is, because you did say that it's not the iRental 24 hours of Nordschleife, and instead it's Le Mans but better. After like that. But yeah. Le Mans. So I'm like slightly curious, what is it Le Mans as a track, and what car selection is it then? Because I assume it's probably not just, you know, usual GTP, MP2, GT3, or even, you know, GTEs perhaps. The Ferrari has been done immediately again. I see, so it is basically just Le Mans with the same GTP, LMP2s, and GT3s just hosted by a league instead of running it on the officials. Because it's, you know, organized by a league, so it's like, it's probably better. Question if they will let you do LMP1 there. You know, it's a league, so like they can come up with funny things of rules for. No, you have to acquire your license to be able to drive in that class. You have to acquire a gold license to drive in LMP1. That's like fucking bruh. There was a league that had like license system and everything. I mean, there's technically 2 leagues with that now factor too, and it's, well, there was at some point 2. There's now 1 only again. One is obviously the Virtual Endurance Championship of the Sim Racing Golf Club. Those there you need to I think you need to complete a written text at this point to test that you've, you know, actually read the fucking rules. And then participate in two rookie races, and that's basically it. Back when I did that one in, gosh, that must have been like 2018. They were using still the Nissan I think 370 set GT4 with the, what was the other car? Nissan GT1 That's an interesting pairing of two cars. But yeah, they were very old content at that point. I think today it's run with the Porsche GT3 and the normal MP3. At least last time I've been interested in, which was like fucking 4 years ago or something. Points are like, who knows? And then you obviously have to pay actually a driver's license fee additionally for a season pass, so you can actually enter the races as a driver. Which that sets you back like 30-40 bucks? Like, it's not cheap. There's a reason why quite a few people like Reska and I aren't competing with VEC anymore. Like, the competition is stupid fast, and then there's just the entry fee being also stupid high. The R390 GT1. It's the Nissan GTR GT1. So there's... So not the R390. That's... It is the second... It's well, it's the fun part of the FIA deciding to abolish the GT1 class in 1999, and then the GT2 class becoming the GT1 class again, and then another GT2 class spawning below it again. That's fun. But it's a Nissan GTR GT1 from like 2010. So just before the class died, which is for some reason base game culture in R Factor 2, because fuck, there's some like actual prehistoric stuff basically in there, and the quality is quite bad, let's be real. Yeah, I do remember when I did the... It also, they used, back in the day, they used Indy as one of the circuits. One of the circuits was Indy and the other one was Sao Paulo. I know, actually there wasn't, sorry, I'm mixing it up. One track was Indy and the other one was NOLA. Which, if you have never heard of NOLA, it was used like a couple times by IndyCar and like by nothing else basically. Besides R Factor 2 leagues, that because it's base game content, they have run the track a few times. I've driven it actually in a full-fledged VEX season, so there's that. The main thing is, because VEX rules include, well, Simulation Club in general include, that you are not allowed to violate the pit entry lines and exit. It's on entry and exit, you're not allowed to violate them. Touching them is forbidden. NOLA has one of the most tricky pit entries for that then. Because you have to specifically on the final corner stick all the way on the right. And the pit entry is basically, this is like a tiny crest in the road. And the pit entry line is really tight for no particular reason there. So you have to drive on the outside of the track and basically drive off the track as you enter the pit lane. You just drive straight on and off the track basically. You have no clue if you have actually lined it up correctly. It's pure nightmare stuff. Obviously the exit is a bit easier to follow. Then I don't know what the pairing was after that. I know that Sao Paulo was one of the tracks that was in the two track pair, because you have to drive in one of the races the 370Z and then the other one the other car. And if you cut the pit blend line, you would be you know, issued a drive-through penalty in the post-race review, as which would happen in the full VEX season. So if you drive in the full championship, you also get that as a penalty. You can get hit with a penalty for violating the pit entry line, like that. It's extra fun. I mean, the car's not been running for an hour. The tires are starting to really be a tad bit second-hand at this point. There's still about, with this lap included, 3 laps to go on fuel. And I have about 30 minutes of time still left, so like, I might just, you know... I need to do 2 pit stops to get to the end, and it's saying like I need 2.5 liters actually to get to the end. So that's fun. Okay, there's that guy who's caught up to me again. Obviously use the uphill section there to catch me. That's a bit deep. But yeah, that back wasn't. So if you violated the pit entry line, you could get away with technically getting still your license. It's just if you did it twice, that you basically hadn't had like an accident in the race, you were basically done for. Besides that, there was another league that had a license system that was. And that was infamously GES, or Global Endurance Series, run by the infamous Danny the Haas. I had to think about what his last name was again. Danny was an utter control freak. I mean, you can tell by like the fact he fucking used a license system in the first place. One of the things his league ran was actually limited tire sets. Or limited tire counts. Which is fun because R-Factor 2 does not implement a way to limit tire set counts. Or for you to reuse tires. It doesn't matter. If you change a set of tires, well, you will be punished with it being counted, and if you go over the allocation, and there will be penalties for it. There were also penalties. One of the things that it was recently discussed again in the Irish Discord, was brought up again, is that they got a punishment because Loic submitted the form to change the driver lineup. And then obviously the new driver joined the server a bit after that. And the team got a punishment for someone who was, that someone was on the server without being part of the lineup. Even though they had submitted a change to the driver lineup, it just hadn't gone through yet. And he obviously started practicing. It was like this big no-no. You also had to complete laps on the practice server before the race, so you a certain minimum amount of laps. Otherwise, you would not be permitted to. Alright, let's come in with the others. Don't want to change tires, and I want to also decrease the fuel load. Right, so don't fix damage for just taking 3 liters of fuel. I just 1 liter of fuel, just continuing. 1 liter of fuel.
Mandatory stop is down here.
One of the 2 mandatory pit stops cleared. Kelly still hasn't counted a single mandatory pit stop. I don't know what he's doing. That means we'll probably get up to P8 before the end of this race. But yeah, he still hasn't cleared a mandatory pit stop. I don't know what he's doing. He just needs to take a liter of fuel. And we'll start counting. There's no stint time. It's just take fuel. Yeah, I think there's a bit of flat spots on these tires. At the next stop, we're gonna have to take a bit more fuel to actually get to the finish. Otherwise, we would be fine. I'm predicting about a liter that I technically need, but I'm probably gonna take a full 13 or so liters because we're burning about 11 liters a lap. So I would like some, you know, reserves and everything. We haven't been lapped so far this race. I had actually expected the GT3s to catch me, well, reasonably quick. Even though our GT4s are relatively slow. Still hasn't happened yet. Although they are now, PL is now 3 minutes behind me, roughly. It's still like 3 minutes, it's gonna take them a while to catch. I don't know if they're gonna do that before the end of the race. We might genuinely end up on the late lap here, this is what with a GT4 car. Which in itself is already a miscalculation, because what is the point of a multi-class race if you're not doing lapping? How long do we have left in this race? I could actually check down here. 22 minutes. Was that 3 minutes worth of gap binds? Jimmy has hit the pit lane.
Car on the right.
Well, there you go.
Clear on the right.
Yeah, Peel now behind again. If it is genuinely like 3 laps, then like yeah, this is gonna get vaguely interesting. Also, I have apparently 2 laps on motor, which is interesting. He must have towed in again at some point. Yeah, the Bentley isn't even leading right now. It's like, there's about 11 seconds of difference between those two. Depending how accurate my gap measurements of those are. But yeah, I do have to do a pit stop in the middle, which is, it's gonna cost a bit of time. Oh, come on. I'm expecting him to at least gain like 40 seconds a lap. Question is, how many laps will we actually have to go here? I mean, it's not the guy who's driving directly in front of me, actually. But there's someone still in the race further down. Boons in Aston. He's 4 laps down, apparently. So, there's that. We have at least 10 cars still left in the race. Well, the guy's still again back into the pits, so... And that guy's gonna lost. Yeah, Kelly badly needs to do pit stops, although if he does them, he's gonna still end up in front of me. Come on. Slithering a lot there. To use every little bit of time left. I think I will do one more lap and then come in to refuel till the end. Yeah, I think considering they're about... Yeah, they're a minute 40 behind me. They're not having enough time to... And they have time for to do 2 more laps, right? Yeah, they have time to do 2 more laps. I actually need a lot more fuel. Because how the math is working for me is that it doesn't consider that I will start, it will still be in the front of the lead drivers. Start the race. Start another lap. Obviously I have fuel to start the next lap. But yeah, I have to have 2 laps in front of the leaders. Yep. Also, this is an ingenious move because I can guarantee this way that I keep on the lead lap. No, I don't guarantee because I have to pit this lap and they have 2 laps to go. They have 2 laps to go. I need to get to the point of 3 laps to go, which means there isn't guarantees there. And they've basically made up a minute in a lap, and then I have to also do the pit stop. So that's gonna get tight. Because I'm just that tiny bit short on fuel. If I had taken on the previous stop a bit more fuel, I would be able to cheese it completely. lose about 30 seconds in the pit lane. That's probably too much for me to actually be able to pull it off. They're closing in a bit too fast. Especially because I need a few more liters of fuel. Just in case I'm gonna start another lap. Last lap I had at this point about 180 seconds, now it's 113. Not looking good. Have to keep pushing. Fuck off, come on, stick. Six seconds. It's the standing time for this. Yeah, I have a feeling we're gonna run out to it being a last lap. When they lap me. Probably around this section here. We're on 100 seconds now. It sucks a bit, like, to not be able to finish on the lead lap. Especially as I would not be able to take advantage of Qualy getting penalized for not doing pit stops. Because this way I will be... If I can stay on the lead lap, I can profiteer of that, but like, if I can't, then... Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. I have to rely on the in-game relative for actually gap keeping for this because I don't aren't able to actually gap keep any other way. It's just, it sucks so badly that like I'm just so short on being able to pull it off with fuel. To pull the cheese off, to be able. Because if I had just taken a bit more fuel in the previous stop, I would have been fine. I would have been able to just cheese my way through to finishing on the lead lap with a GT4 car for 90 minutes. Not sure if these guys in general had to deal with any traffic this race so far. Yeah, it's not gonna be enough. These GT3s are too close. I'm gonna exit the pit lane with about less than 50 seconds likely in front of them. They just keep making inroads at this point. Yeah, and I've just dropped below 11 liters, so I would not be able to complete the next lap right now. And I have to complete the first straightaway here. Well, Kelly's in the pits now as well. But probably not long enough. He will likely be able to actually pull it off doing both pit stops and also stay on the lead lap here. Well, I will unfortunately not quite be able to stay on the lead lap. Laps completed now. On my marks. Come on, jack up. Okay, he's standing longer, I guess. But yeah, we're down to like under 30 seconds. That's just not gonna work. Not even close. They were closing down way too fast for me to be able to make an impact. But if Kelly is gonna stand there a bit longer, he's not gonna be able to, you know... Well, actually, he did get going, and he's now 10 seconds behind me. And Kelly is likely gonna be just about able to escape the leader before he... Gone for a while, using shorts. Let's see, I guess John is probably not here anymore. It's been like 25 minutes since he last sent a message, so yeah. We unfortunately won't be able to stay on the lead lap. If I had taken a bit more fuel on the first pit stop, I would have been able to just stretch it to the end of the next lap, and through that would have been able to keep staying on the lead lap. But the race leader is now about 18 seconds behind me, so he's gonna catch me before the end of this lap. It's gonna obviously save me a bit of time because I don't need to do a full lead lap. But yeah, go figure. And I'm still racing someone with against Qualy right now in GT3 car. I don't know what he's been doing. He's not been able to actually do... He's just too stupid to figure out that you just need to put fucking fuel into the car. That's the mandatory pit stop requirement. Because he's still sitting on 2 required pit stops, despite him pitting this lap, literally. It's like... If you fail to get the number to decrease, like, once already, like, they just tried with everything turned on, you should probably be able to get it to work. Just put fuel in, goddammit. I know you probably have enough fuel to get to the end because he's... I mean, actually, I'm not even sure he has enough fuel to get to the end. He must have issues with his pit menu. But yeah, I do need him to actually get lapped by the leader. If he doesn't get, then that's a bit of an issue for me. No, we're not passing into fucking Flugplatz.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Fucking hell, Jesus Christ. I do not think you will escape the race leader. He's 7 seconds behind. He will catch you before the end of the lap. Even if you're a GT3 car, that's not gonna be enough against that alien. Fuck. This corner has been a bit of a bitch. No, but in our own interest, we need to let the GT3 leader by, basically, to... First blue flag in the entire race. It's taken... literally 87 minutes before we got a first blue flag in this race. Tire's pretty badly flat spot at this point. I don't even need to really let it by. He didn't even need to ask twice. Alright, now go hunt down Qualy so I can get an extra position here. So I can finish P7 with a GT4 car. Unfortunately not in the lead lap, but still good. Obviously the boat still behind. Not seeing it behind yet. But yeah, these tires are shot. I've run 90 minutes on a single tire set with a Maserati on the Nordschleife. I mean, I think in one of your streams, Andrea, you said that like the tires wear through. That like Nordschleife wears tires through or something along those lines. And it's like, I don't know where this idea comes from, because for me it's always been that the Nordschleife is one of the easiest tracks on tires in any game. It's genuinely not that hard on tires.
Faster car coming up behind you.
Yeah, we're starting to get the blue flag for the boat bind. Well, he's only down to 4 seconds now, so this is gonna get actually tight if he's gonna catch him.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I didn't even let you by. I drove literally fucking full bore into the corner. I didn't even try letting you by. I just drove full bore into the corner. Although actually he has caught up now a bit more, maybe. Down to like 2 seconds, but it's like it's gonna get tight there. To catch Qualy before the end of the lap. And lap him. It's gonna be interesting to see. We're gonna still finish in front of I'm Not Jimmy. he did not resist anymore. So Qualy is now on the same lap as me again. Good. So I can then just inherit his position in the overall standings. Just a few more corners to go. Jumping down the hill here. And we're not gonna be just one GT3 or two. We're gonna be the whole three of them. Honestly, that is really impressive.
Lichten has finished the race.
8 minutes and 13.9 there. 130-second time penalty for Qualy, which is honestly not even that much, considering he's basically having 2 pit stops. Usually you get 130 seconds for 1, where I guess you get just, if you have not fulfilled the requirement in general, 130 seconds.
Excellent job, mate. P1 won the race. Well done, well managed. Bring it back.
Yay, we won the race! Okay, that was a bit too much. But yeah, I mean, we got in the NP7. That's something. With a Maserati GT4. In the end, we got 10 finishers, I guess. Or we're gonna get 10 finishers. With them finishing a few laps down. But yeah, we lost then like 5 drivers from the start of the race. There was this massive accident there at the start, but that's probably not in the replay anymore, fortunately. But actually, maybe it is still on there, because the replay sometimes does last a bit longer. Right, I'm counted as in the pit lane now. Right, most people have left the server at this point. Okay, nah, it isn't on the replay anymore. It's up just before lap 3 is about to on the replay. So I guess we have to look at the stream replay to see what the hell happened there on at the end of the opening lap when there was this multi-car accident. There's Burns. He must have disconnected from the server, that's why he was so far down. But there's keys. I had a bit of an issue there. And with Jimmy and there's Burns here. Drives into the pit lane. This is pit stop, I guess. Okay, drives out again. And then just disappears. Yeah, I guess he literally disconnected there. There's Burns. Drives through this corner here normal. And then just... Okay, he was lagging at that point already badly, and then just... Jesus. Because the lag teleports the car back to the pit lane. Except when it doesn't. Yeah, Burns is at some point back. I mean, it did take him a while. Probably just fix his internet back up. I'm missing Burns right now. There he is. So, like, I mean, he's here back again at about 65 minutes mark. And then he disappears at about the 45. So he took like 20 minutes to fix his internet. And then it took him a while further to... I mean, it didn't take him too long to get out of the pits, about 2 minutes, which is still something, but like, the game would have probably still given him a tow back time up, despite having spent most of the tow back off the server. It's like a severe time off the server. Then has to complete his pit stops. Yeah. We did be not a great race for him. I mean, I completed 10 laps here. That's that. That wraps, I think, the race up very well. Is everybody finished? We have one guy who's not yet finished. Mota is still coming up to the finish line. And we'll finally have final standings here. Up. Full dip here. Take it easy. But yeah, 4 PM race start. Let's see if the other races are like run perhaps at a different time slot. Could be a bit interesting. If all of them run like 4 PM, that's gonna be a bit boring. But he also ran map 12. That's a bit strange. Guess maybe he was starting to run out of fuel. But yeah, P7 overall. First car that off the lead lap, unfortunately. There's that. And yeah, we actually had 16 cars, right? I did remember correctly. We did have 16 cars. We got 10 finishers. Gonzalez also had a pit stops completed, but he retired. 4 laps down. 7 laps down. Flores, Schneider, 8 laps down. Devine, Pinkston, and Liu all retired on the first lap, literally. And it's quite fucking embarrassing to have like 3 guys retire on the first lap. Oh, I did that. Well then. I'll wrap that race up. As I said, unfortunately we don't have the beginning of the race on replay. Because that's when the interesting stuff happens. But I mean, I can pull it up on my stream again. Let's see. I can also check their Discord, but like usually nothing happens on there. Let me just pull my stream up full screen and then the freaking birds are outside chirping again. Just desktop? Yep, that's that. Yes, I am twice here. Oh, that's extra fun. So where is the race start actually? Because we're still on qualifying lap 1. Well, this is the first lap still. I'm right at that point running in last. Yeah, and then it happens. So the guys in front are still doing fine-ish. I mean, can I up the quality? Is that already at... Oh, that's 1080p already, Jesus. Yeah, that there is... That was something. Getting through this section here and then suddenly just like... You know what? Just cars throwing you away. There's multiple cars just throwing you away. Yeah, that's very difficult to see how I saw it. I mean, you see the car drive through there normal. And like I like these pixels here, it's not much. There's a few pixels here, and like this looked like an advertisement board for me a brief second, and then I realized there's a car there, and there's actually a car there as well. I was like, fuck, all of these guys standing there. Yeah, that was fun. That was really fun. Oh, I'm showing my page here. Doesn't matter. No, doesn't. Nothing of value is gained or lost. That one. Right. Although my desktop is probably a bit more risky. There's maybe actually stuff on there that probably shouldn't be shown. Oh yeah, right. I didn't want to dump something. We can do that on stream right now. Content manager. Settings. Custom shader patch. Extensions. Shader patch settings. I don't really know what it. Saves preset as. Maybe I will dump them for easier accessibility into like solid mass. Where's my RF2 stuff? AC stuff, and there it can fit in with the when set that's that one. Oh god, fuck off. I cannot just like save it somewhere else. Okay, I mean it's not necessary that I save it somewhere else. And that's not actually necessary, we could just do that. We can just dump the file anyway out of there. Same with these here, these are easy to dump and access again. Because I do have access to that folder from Linux. The video settings are obviously also pre-configured here, I do have those as well. It should be fine to then just nick, put over there. Although the control settings will probably not work properly. Because the devices are different, technically. Oh god, Ben's patent motor wagon. This sort of things. Oh god, this thing has decided to freeze up. This is not fit for back mono and for the Renault Clio Cup. Interesting. We shall leave that alone. Right, I think we have all of that now. Should probably install Minecraft on my Linux install. That's the thing. I need to definitely install Minecraft on Linux. Especially because one of the things with data erase is probably gonna be to make a Minecraft mod to read the telemetry data out of the Minecraft. Because Minecraft is very easily moddable, so making a mod specifically for Minecraft to support it is not hard at all. So yeah. Oh god, the calibration is again over. I put my hand over my mouth and it's like, well, at my heart more like. Although resting my hand on my head is like roughly, I made myself a sandwich. You can't delegate it to a woman? To a dedicated sandwich maker? It's 5 AM, it's sexism time. Alright, but I'm wrapping up now. So it's 5 AM, I'm done with the race. It is a good time to wrap up now. I'd actually get some sleep. I've gone much. Right. I shall be back on Tuesday. Right. I think my I think the series runs Tuesday night. I'm stupid. Yeah, so the Pseudo Sprint series is back on Tuesdays. Yeah, I'm even forgetting what my freaking schedule is. Like, festival. Yeah. It's gonna be Tuesdays, and then, I don't know. I mean, I've been wanting to do other streams in between, but I haven't actually done them. That's... there is that. I've been faffing around doing everything, but actually be productive, I guess. Right. Okay, now. Good night. Bye-bye. Also... oh, it's not light outside. The sun has not come out yet. I just wanted to check that. Anyway, goodbye. Nate.